Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would answer some of the questions I'm getting up front. I just earlier today announced, after thinking about this for months, I've actually put a lot of thought into this. It's something I've been planning for a while, of offering online coaching because people have been requesting me to do this for a very, very long time. And so what I've actually been doing is spending several months observing multiple friends of mine who do online coaching, watching how they do it, getting advice for the way that they deal with their clients as far as doing this, because I normally do a little bit of coaching here and there, but usually with personal friends, family, things like that. And so I thought I would go ahead and open this up as a larger business to diversify what I'm doing online. I mean, because my YouTube channel at this point doesn't take all my time up. This has actually been pretty financially rewarding for me having done this YouTube, but it really isn't a full-time gig. It's a part-time gig no matter what I do. And a lot of people want coaching, so I've thought about it and decided, hey, I'm going to jump in and offer coaching services, but I want to do it at a reasonable rate. I'm not going to charge people an arm and a leg. I need to make it competitive at least to start, and I'm actually going to charge less than what some of my friends advise me to. Like one of my friends told me I need to be charging $350 a month just because of the size of my channel. I don't think that's reasonable. I want to start people at like $200 a month, and people who get locked in early on, I'll keep them at that rate indefinitely. Like even if I keep coaching them for years, I'll keep them at that rate because they're kind of my guinea pigs. They're my first group of clients doing this way. And so therefore, again, reward them for their loyalty. So the point we come to, because people have seen my posts on it, I've got it up on Facebook, I've got it on my community tab. People are like, why are you doing it? Why are you requiring Facebook? Why are you requiring consultation fees and things like that? And a number of reasons. Number one, you guys know I deal with a ton of trolling and a ton of BS, right? We deal with a ton of that stuff. I need to verify that people are real people, they're not wasting my time. Every good personal trainer I know charges for consultations. Like I know several who charge $25 even for real life consultations because people will waste your time. And that way, if trolls or whatever just basically want to get through to me to be able to get me on a webcam to get a consultation to harass me, they're going to have to pay for it. And they're going to have to do it through a non-refundable platform, which is why I'm using Zelle. So those are some of the requirements I'm having for people. And now people are going to say, why Facebook? Again, for the same reason, and it lets me add people to my private Facebook page. It gives me faster real-time communication because my normal Facebook Messenger I have tied to my phone. So it's like when I get messages through my Facebook Messenger, it's right there on my phone. It's available. I can see everything. I've got a real-time connection with people. And it also lets me add people to a coaching group later. So what I will probably do, depending on how I expand this, I will probably do a private coaching group. As again, I have multiple friends who do this. They use their Facebook for this, and they've actually invited me to their coaching groups, and I actually observe what goes on. To see how that works. And by that same token, then if I do a group like that, I can take some of my friends who do coaching and I can add them and they can kind of observe what I'm doing with my people and we can kind of exchange information. So it gives me a lot of options as someone who I use Facebook a lot. And it allows me, again, an easy way to sort through people and to pick the right people. And people will say, well, why a consultation? Because I need to make sure that people are a good fit, so that we don't waste each other's time, right? Because some people might say, oh, that's cool, I might want Jason to be my coach, but you're not really a good fit. Maybe we don't have the right personalities to get along. And, you can tell that. You can get with someone for 30 minutes, 45 minutes on a webcam and discuss your training and your goals. And you can really see people's personalities back and forth, and you can determine whether it's going to be a good fit or not, because we might be a great fit for that, or we just might not get along. And so that's going to be a problem. But what I'm offering is full programming, form coaching, access to everything, updating your programs, all of that. So what we're looking at it is video calls every 2 weeks. So basically the packages that I'm going to do for people is going to be for twice a month. I'm going to get into Skype or Google Hangouts with you. We're going to discuss your training. We're going to discuss what's going on. We're going to go through all the details of everything that you're doing. And it's going to be custom tailored. And people say, well, for who? For anyone with generic strength or muscle building goals. Because, again, I have enough background knowledge at this point in training and lifting and all of this stuff that I don't mind working with novices, intermediates, advanced lifters. And everyone knows that. Advanced lifters, you have to have custom programming. Whether you're writing it yourself or someone else is doing it, you can't follow cookie cutter templates. You can't. Novice lifters do best with cookie cutter, but then you get novices who they don't want a cookie cutter program. And people will say, well, can a novice gain faster than on your novice programs and stuff? Sure, they can get a little faster if they have a good coach. But cookie cutter programs are generally foolproof, that about 80% of people are going to get real good results on a properly written cookie cutter program, right? And that's a given. And they can't change it because they don't have the knowledge to change it. Now, I could take one of those programs and we could adjust everything. We could fine tune stuff for someone who's, a late novice, and get them progressing a little bit faster to avoid stumbling blocks, work on weak points sooner. But the novice lifters themselves do not have the experience to identify those weak points. And so a little bit of a guiding hand is useful there, depending upon what someone's disposable income is. A lot of people can't afford a coach. Or the same thing with the form coaching. That's where the novice benefits a lot from a coach, is actually having that coach who looks at their squat, their bench press, their incline bench, their overhead press, and says, hey, this is what you need to change. We need to work on this, this, and this. And again, by that same token, by being able to look at people's form, we can find weak points. Because you get that a lot too. People are always like, hey, look at my form, or what's my weak point, what do I need to fix? Well, that's not a free service, guys. Most people are going to charge you for that. So that's just part of a coaching package. So essentially what I'm looking for are people, irrespective of what their actual goals are, because you don't have to be a power lifter. I'm not going to coach competitive bodybuilders. That's who I'm not going to coach. Right? If you're a competitive physique athlete, use that term, athlete, you probably need to hire a specific special type of coach for that. But if we're looking for general strength and conditioning, right, or you're a high school football player, or you're entry-level power lifter, or you're a particularly middle-aged guy, you're trying to maximize your strength and minimize injuries and worry about longevity and all this stuff. I mean, that's the sort of people I really would want to work with a lot. That's kind of my target audience. And that's the people I feel like I can help the most, are going to be guys who are like, man, I'm not 20 anymore, and I want to get jacked and strong, but I'm scared of hurting myself. How do I work with longevity? And so that's where, again, custom tailoring comes in as far as coaching people, because we can assess individual inflammation, we can assess lifts you don't like, and if we don't like a lift, so that's part of the problem with cookie cutter programs. People will look at that and say, hey, I don't like this lift. Can I just substitute it for something else? Well, you've got to change the whole program if you do that. And that's fine if you've got, again, coaching to where we can custom tailor that. And a person says, I don't like the weighted chin up, but I still want to achieve the jacked look you talk about with the 5 strength standard. Well, that's fine. We can take the weighted chin up out. We can add other stuff and we can reach those goals. That big 5 standard is kind of an idiot-proof way to do it. If you want to do this stuff using a variety of other exercises, you can do that too. It's just that, we're going to have to actually program for it a little bit differently. It's going to be a little different. And that's kind of the point, is that things can be custom tailored to a person's individual needs. They can be adjusted on a weekly, 2-week, 3-week basis so that you can get everything where they need it to be. We can adjust anything that's stalling. We can make adjustments to keep it from stalling. If you've got weak points, we address those, and it doesn't matter whether they're aesthetic or performance-wise. Everyone's got weak points, and that's what people forget. Even though I might rag on the whole bodybuilding thing, that doesn't mean I don't understand that a client wants to look better, right? They might want bigger delts than a cookie cutter program is going to give them. Okay, well, we work on that. They might be concerned with, oh no, how big is my waistline going to get? Well, we address that stuff, because at the end of the day, all of that is training response in the body. It's all just muscle balance. It's all about tension, fatigue, recovery. So everything would just be custom tailored. So it doesn't matter whether a person is a novice, an intermediate, advanced lifter, whether they're 20, whether they're 40. Everything I would just custom tailor it, built around what they need, and we adjust it as we go based upon their weaknesses as they develop. We work within their things like their maximum recoverable volume. We adjust things based upon response in the body, how they're recovering, inflammation issues, fatigue, to keep them moving forward at an appropriate pace, injury-free. And that's basically what I'm offering. So what I'm offering is, again, every couple of weeks we get a video call to discuss all the stuff, update them through emails, private message as far as their programming, write the programs, have them upload video footage of their lifts so that we can do form coaching and keep everything on track. And when I mean custom programs, I mean you tell the lifter how much weight they're going to lift. It's like today you're going to lift 315 for 3 sets of 6. So that's how we work it. It's going to all be custom written programming. And I feel like, again, I think $200 is totally reasonable at this point to start people out. Just only the first 5. After that, if I expand this and start taking on more clients, I will probably charge more because I probably can get away with it. But again, the people who get in early, the first 5 or so, I'll keep them locked in at that rate. I think that's totally fair. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, guys. So people who are asking, why are you doing it this way? Why are you requiring Facebook, other stuff? That's pretty much what's going on. So I'll try to link the details below, but you guys should be able to see it in the community tab. Right now it's sticky up at the top of my Facebook fan page if you guys want further information on it. And hopefully that clarifies most people's questions. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.